Theresa of Larkin Design, and I'm here today with my 2014 Project Life album. This is part of my Throwback Thursday series where I work through an old project and use older products. And so today I have chosen my Dear Lizzy Fine and Dandy collection. I have both physical products from the collection itself, and I also have the Project Life core kits, Fine and Dandy as well, that I'm working with. And so at the beginning of the video I had the photos and the filler cards chosen, and now I'm just going through some of the ephemera and pulling out some of the pieces that I plan to use. And so for my layout today, I have a double spread with a 6x12 insert again. And right now I am working on the title card for this week. This is week 23 in the album, and this is June 2nd through 9th or something like that of 2014. So I'm gonna just get my alphabets here. I decided to use this older American Crafts black alphabet. They're just flat stickers, and then I have these older numbers from that are also from American Crafts. I have no idea what collection or where those were from. They were simply some numbers that were left over. Frequently with my thickers, after I use up the majority of the E's in a set of thickers, I'll cut off the numbers and keep those and use those for layouts just like this. Since oftentimes there are alphabets that don't have numbers with them, so you have to combine them. So I keep older thickers like that just for this purpose. So the Dear Lizzy Fine and Dandy collection had this funky little stamp thing, and this is a really cute idea in concept, but I'm going to tell you that it didn't necessarily work out the way that I had hoped. The element that I chose to use is a solid, and the center of that circle stamp doesn't really want to make an image. So I ended up with sort of black polka dots on that title card, but I'm going to leave it, so be it. That little stamp, the ones that aren't solid actually stamp okay. You'll see that later on. So just note to self about that little stamp embellishment thing. I decided that I wanted to use one of these gold rim tags and do something different with my circle date. Those circle dates are from Paisley Press. I've been using them throughout the album to highlight the specific date that photo was taken on. And so I put that there and then put the number underneath it on top of the photo. And I'm just going to say that I took that photo of the house that day, and there are no other supporting photos from that day, so I'm not really sure what happened or what they did on that particular day. So I'm not going to journal about the house on this layout. I decided just to journal about the two photos that are on the bottom of this side, and that's my son Nick, and this was his 11th birthday, June 4th of 2014. Actually, I just realized that it was actually his 10th birthday because that was 2014. Okay, so I'm going to have to go back and change that. But anyway, for today, we're going to pretend that was his 11th birthday. And he just wanted a real simple dinner at McDonald's and carrot cake that year for his birthday. So that's what we did. And I'm just embellishing some of those filler cards from the core kit, from the Fine and Dandy core kit, and then adding a little bit of journaling about his birthday and how he just wanted to go to McDonald's that day. So, not really overly embellishing here, just having some fun with it. I can't get over myself that I didn't realize that this was 2014, not 2015. So I'll have to go back and fix that. That's no big deal. I am going ahead and adding the date here using an older Dear Lizzy stamp. And then I want to add just a couple of little things to the photos themselves. And so you'll see me trying to figure out or trying to decide what I wanted to use for those. I ended up just scattering a few stars on the photo of me and him together, and then the hooray sticker. So I'm going to move to the insert now. The insert is 6x12, and this is July 4th. So I'm going to add a little tab to the edge so that you know that it can be turned right there. And I have my little tab punch and my tab stickers. And I'm just trying to decide what paper I want to use for the tab. And the winner is this little floral pattern. And I just punched both sides from that same floral pattern. I didn't add any sort of sentiment or embellishment to it at all. I just adhered those onto the tab and then adhered it to the bottom portion of the layout. Very simple. It is a nice little repetition of that floral that's in the filler card. And then I'm going to embellish this little filler card with that gold hello. And I did use quite a few pop dots on this layout, just for dimension. For the other filler card is actually a journaling card. I'm going to add that Fine and Dandy sentiment across the bottom. So that's what I'm doing here, and then I'm trimming around because it was a little bit wider than 2.75 or whatever. And then I'm going to add my journaling, and so what they had done that day to the house was they poured the concrete for the driveway and the sidewalk. So we didn't go inside the house at all that day. We just took pictures of the outside. So we didn't walk on it. So I'm adding my circle date again from Paisley Press, and then stapling that in place again. Now, I think I'm going to add just one more embellishment across the bottom on the bottom photo. I'm just looking for what I want to add. And I end up finding this little pink banner. I'm not sure where it came from in the collection. I hand cut it from one of the papers or something. So there, that finishes this side of the layout, and then I'm going to turn the insert and start working on the back. Now, my son Nick, this was his last baseball game for the season, and he has played t-ball and baseball I guess since he was about 4 or 5, so probably 6 years. Was a big part of his childhood. But this was the last game of that season, so I took some pictures of him and journaled about that a little bit. Nothing very complicated. And then I'm going to move on to the right-hand side of the layout. And so where we are in the construction on this day, this is actually June 8th now. And on that day, they hung the garage door. And from that point on, the house was locked. Now, we were actually locked out for a few days while they delivered and installed the kitchen cabinets. And then once they installed the kitchen cabinets and it was time for us to take on our portion of the project, they give us the key back. So this is kind of a big day here. We know that we're getting ready to be called on to do our portion of the project. It's nice to have the garage door in place and to know that the house is secure now. But we're kind of in a holding pattern too, just sort of holding our breath. And I don't know, I think we're sort of really nervous about what we got ourselves into and what exactly that project was going to mean for us. But there was some great photo opportunities to get some pictures of the kids that day. And, they continue to bond with these spaces. And so I wrote about that a little bit. These spaces, my hope is that they will facilitate their relationships together as a blended family and as stepbrothers and stepsisters. They do love each other quite a lot, and I think that this home is going to be pretty important to help them have healthy relationships. So I just wrote a little bit about that, and I really love that picture on the lower right-hand corner of them all together on the back porch. I should probably do another one like that with them now. That would be a cool then and now layout. So I'm going to just finish up embellishing on this. No date card is necessary because this is still part of week 23. But I am just going to add a few more things to these filler cards. And I think I was going to start cleaning off. Let's see, I'm going to add one more embellishment to that photo, and then I was cleaning off everything and I realized that I had one of those little houses, the house die cuts, so I'm going to add that to the top card, and then this layout will be complete. So I hope you enjoyed it today. I will see you back here next Thursday for another Throwback Thursday layout. Be sure to leave me a like and comment and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching.